can you pass me the packet? Oh, yeah, you chose a good flavor. Mm-hmm. I think I prefer this over the spiced ones. Really? Damn, that's cheap. Next time you go to the shop, could you get some more for me? Thanks. Hmm? Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that the other day. Realism is gonna have a whole different meaning soon. Like what people will be able to achieve. And you don't know how and in what way. When new things are developed, they have to be considered to be part of the now, you know? Yeah, so I think the conversation's gonna have to change at some point. The campaign? Yeah, it went really well. I'm actually quite pleased with how it turned out, even with all the setbacks. One main model got ill, but they were adamant about working still, so we had to change up some of the shots. But even the director could see he was pushing himself too hard, so we moved around scenes. And then one of the runners broke their ankle tripping over a wire while moving some equipment around, so time was taken for that. And at one point, some of the lights weren't cooperating with us, so we had to do a quick fix and be safe at the same time. You can plan as much as you can for photo shoots, but there's always something that's going to go wrong, and you have no idea what it's going to be. It could be set, it could be the people, the wardrobe, or the equipment. That's why you always need a contingency for the contingency. Yeah, not exactly paranoia. I mean, a client paid for this, so we have to make sure it runs as smooth as possible. Oh, right, you haven't seen the finished shots yet, have you? Alright, hold on a sec. Here's the first scene. It's very intimate without actually looking it, right? It wasn't my idea, but I have a hand in how it's shot. It is pretty magical. And honestly, majority of it is because of the location. The people there were very accommodating for us as well, which is always a bonus. I mean, sure you can make sets like this yourself, but most of the time it's cheaper to rent out a place even if it does limit what you can do. Like breaking it or something. We were never going to do that, but it's nice to have the option. I think overall it went okay. Thanks, but I know I can do better. Things might have gone wrong and, well, you might not be able to see it, but I had to compromise a lot. And with some shots, I knew I had to accept it, otherwise I would never be satisfied, so there's always something that's out of your hands. But for this kind of campaign, I really hoped everything would go smoothly. It's a stupid dream, I know, but I told myself I wanted the bad luck to happen later, just not the days we were shooting. It could have gone worse. It always could be worse. But we pushed through as a team. We managed to sort out everything, so yeah, I think it was good. Oh, I learned a ton. There were so many new obstacles for me to face, like different people to work with, different kind of brief to stick by. And when you have a client that lets you have fun, that's where the real good stuff gets made. And I think it happened in moments on set. And even though it was stressful at some point, we all had a lot of fun. The models were so funny, and it just made the experience that much better. The clients love them. I think they're going through the billboard process right now and finalizing all the ads, but they said it'll be public in the first week of September for autumn. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I've seen my work in some places, but for a brand as big as this, it's like a dream come true. I still can't believe it's over. What's next? I have no idea. It's nothing. I'm just thinking about future work. Yeah, you'll be happy. I mean, I know I'm decent at what I do, but I don't think people will be fools if they don't hire me, as much as I love the encouragement. Sometimes it's about vision, sometimes some people just don't mesh well when it comes to creativity. But what I just did definitely puts me on the map and opened me up to a lot of different opportunities. Yeah, they would be pretty crazy not to hire me, huh? I'm okay. Like I said, I'm just thinking. Yes, I am thinking a lot. Because there's a lot that I have to think about. You can tell. Well, I guess you'd have to know eventually. So, I've been offered a job, and it pays really well. Like, it's what I was hoping the campaign would bring to me at some point. Yeah, like, I always thought about getting this kind of job and seeing those positions open on online listings and stuff, but I never thought that someone would reach out to me for it, you know? It's all I dreamt of. I guess you were right. They want to hire me as their exclusive photographer, which I'm still trying to process. No, I'm excited. Every part of me is excited, actually. And I'm proud of myself for being able to get this far. Well, I'm finding the email. Ah, here it is. Hello, Alex. We received the final images and have shown them to Vensimia's creative director. She is extremely satisfied with all aspects of the campaign and believes this to be the most on-brand for the product thus far. She has nothing but high praises for the whole team and has taken measures to gift you all with exclusive products as an extra thank you. As such, our company would love to represent you, as we believe your skills are what many clients are looking for. Your creative eye and ability to convert thoughts into images is a rare talent, and we would like to recommend you for other projects in development that are in need of a great photographer. We know this is a sudden offer, but we are very pleased with your work. However, as we are based in New York City, along with much of our clientele, part of this offer includes relocating here for easier bookings and communication with potential brands. If you have any questions, please ring the number attached, and I will be happy to discuss this in further detail. I got the email a couple of days after the campaign was finished and the images were sent. Yeah, I rang them soon after I got it for more details, and that's when they said they liked my vision. And they'd help me with my own place, and I'd be a photographer for companies they have on file, and it's the big ones too, like Royal Vagal, Trey Voss, Tyrann Fermer, Charamode. It's honestly a dream. Yeah, in New York. What? What do you mean? I didn't tell you at first because I knew you'd react like this. Like, I've already said yes, and I'm gonna leave tomorrow without warning. I get that you're annoyed that I didn't tell you when I first got it, but I needed time to myself to sort it out, and I still need to. Yes, I agree. We should talk things out like a couple, but sometimes there are things that I need to weigh by myself first before I bring it to you, and this is one of them. This is my dream. You know, it's there right in front of me. Of course I want to share my dream with you. As much as I want it for myself, it would be even better to have someone else by my side while I'm living that dream. Otherwise it'll feel like there's something missing. But this could take me far. Further than I even imagined myself going. Yes, in the States. But some risks are worth it, don't you think? See, this is why I didn't want to tell you. You just jump to conclusions after every bloody sentence and not actually think about what I'm saying. Okay, and I get that you would be annoyed by finding out now. But you know, so... Have you calmed down a little now? I haven't decided yet. Because there's a lot I have to consider. I can't just say yes, pack my bags and off I go. As much as I like the spontaneous parts of life where I can throw it all to the wind, this could be a turning point. Yeah, the campaign was one already, but in my kind of career, they happen all the time. You can't just have one and you'll be set, you know? You need to do one to get your foot in the door, then many more to start climbing the ladder. And even then, it's never guaranteed you're going to get seen by the right people. Some of it is the talent, sure, but it's really about connections and luck. And I am definitely luckier than most. At my age, to be the photographer for a household brand. Man, even saying it doesn't sound real to me. What's stopping me is what I'd be leaving behind, if anything. A life that I thought I wanted. I thought that I'd be okay continuing what I'm doing, but now that I can do something so much more, I want to grab it before it's given to someone else. I've always been ambitious, but when it's right there, staring me in the face, I'd be an idiot not to take it. Yeah, I already talked to my parents about it when I saw them last week. Even though they kind of convinced me to study something I didn't want to, when I laid it out to them, they understood. And they've seen how much I've accomplished being a photographer, so now they're fully behind whatever I want to do. They loved the campaign shots. They wanted to show them to everyone, so it's a good thing I only showed them on my phone. Before, I knew they were on the fence about me renting out that studio, even though I was making a decent amount of income. But now, even though I'd be going to the US and leaving them, they support it. They were already making plans on when to visit to make it a holiday, seeing as they've never been there. I think they're more excited about it than I am. What? I knew I could tell them first because I knew how they'd react to it. And I was right. With you, I don't know anymore. You want to know? Are you sure? So you're ready to have a mature conversation with me without biting back or jumping the gun? Alright then. I love you. I am deeply in love with you. And I want to stay with you. But lately, I feel like we've been drifting apart. Ever since that fight we had. And I know you've apologized for it, but I just can't really shake how I felt. I know that every relationship has fights, and it's impossible to be 100% satisfied with someone. I'm not looking for perfection. I thought I knew you. I thought that you wouldn't be the type to rush to a certain conclusion, you know? To believe something with no evidence. You're usually level-headed. I mean, you're studying law, for God's sake. And I don't know what happened that day to make you think the worst, but it just surprised me. Exactly, and I know you're not normally like that, which is why I didn't know how to react. I know you've been stressed with the PhD and everything, but I don't know. You're working towards your dream here. You're at uni and you're a receptionist at that firm, so you have a good footing. And I remember how excited you were when you got that job. You might think it was small in the grand scale of things, but those matter. And I was so happy for you when you got it. And I wouldn't want to take that away from you. Do you remember when we first got together? That really deep conversation we had about what we wanted to do for the future? I stand by what I said back then. I will never get in the way of you pursuing your career. And you said the same thing to me, remember? I'm almost there. I can see on the other side of the door, and all I have to do is walk through it. Yeah, and that means me leaving. Long distance? I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to do a long distance relationship. We've been together for what? 4 years? I know how it feels to be with you, and then to not be. With the right person, I think I'd be able to do it. But honestly... Did I say that? I wasn't alluding to it or anything, alright? See, this is what I mean. What's been going on with you lately? You've just been thinking of the worst case scenario and running with it like that's what I'm gonna do. Nothing about this is simple. Have you forgotten the times before I said that you were the love of my life? You're right. Feelings do change. But that hasn't for me. I will always love you. I know you would too. Do you really think you'd be able to handle long distance? I mean, if you're like this now, with me being in the same city, how are you gonna be when I'm overseas, on a different continent? You'll be paranoid all the time, won't you? You can't visit me when you want. I mean, you can call me, but you still won't be able to trust me. Okay, be honest and tell me if you'd follow my socials. But you wouldn't be able to stop yourself, would you? You'd be looking into who I interact with, who I take photos of. You know, you'll see the models, or the actors, or the crew. Alright, look me in the eye and tell me that you'll never be suspicious of me if I move. Yeah, that you'll think all the people you see me with are acquaintances and our relationships are purely platonic. Tell me. I thought so. Look, don't say what you don't mean, okay? If you come with me, you'll be putting your dream on hold, and that's not going to happen on my watch. And if we're both going to be honest here, you don't really want to come with me, do you? Then why say it? I don't want to lose you either. I want to believe that we can work this out somehow. 4 years we've been together. And it's been a great 4 years. The best years of my life, I'd say. Yeah, you made everything so much better. Even all the little mundane things too. The things I hated doing alone or just boring were better with you around. And then when we got this place, it felt like the pieces were fitting together the way they should. I'm happy. Beyond happy that I got to spend so much time with you. To live with you and to love you. You know, that will never change. No matter what, it'll never change. Yep. But everything around us will. I don't know what to do. I love you and I want to be with you, but at the same time, you need to stay here for your own dreams, and you won't put them on hold. And I'm not angry about that. I want you to push hard and focus on your career because you deserve nothing less. I know you want that for me too. And that's why this is so fucking hard. If I stay, I'll continue to do what I'm doing with my studio. Maybe get some better clients because of the campaign, but livelihood isn't really guaranteed. It's a nice stepping stone to get to higher places, but it'll be a long road. And New York, I mean, it'll all be there for me. Everything I've ever wanted. Except you. And I think because of the way you don't trust me. No, you don't, though, do you? We're being honest right now. And I don't know if it's me specifically that you can't trust or just any partner that you'll have, but I don't think I'll be able to tiptoe around everyone I meet and look out for cameras that could be taking pictures and wonder if I'm too close to someone else, because if you see it, you might think the wrong thing. And that kind of mental gymnastics is... I don't want to be paranoid when I work because of your paranoia. Do you know what I mean? I can't do that. Not only to you, but to myself. I think it might be best if we... I think we should break up. I just can't do it. Ever since that day, I haven't been able to go back to how I was. How we were. I'm sure we had an argument, and it wasn't the first, but I don't think you know how much that hurt me. It's been constantly on my mind every day since. You know, I wonder if I look at people the wrong way, or if there's something about the way I talk, or I don't know, anything that might have other people think I'm into them. And I don't think I can constantly be in my head about that. You try to change it. Okay. We've been honest to each other through this whole thing, right? Through this talk. I'm going to ask you something that you might not want to admit to if it's true, but if it is, then I need to hear it. Through the whole time we've been together, every time I went out, did you have the thought in mind that I might have been cheating? Okay. Thank you for telling me the truth. I'm thinking that you need someone who you can trust with all your heart. You need someone who you don't question, and maybe it has something to do with me, or maybe it's something you have to learn to fix yourself, but I want you to feel the same trust that I feel towards you. Like I said, you don't deserve any less. Yeah, even now. Hey, this, this'll be, it'll be okay. I know it'll be the end of us, but we won't be tied down to each other. You won't feel guilty of keeping me here, and I won't feel guilty of taking you with me. But I can't have you living in a state of pain forever. I know it's your decision. But I'm doing this for myself just as much. Hey, where are you going? Out? At this time? But you don't think it's a little too late? Yeah, of course. You need time to yourself. I mean, just be safe, okay?